We did this shoot for Whitewater Self Defense, and it was pretty unreal. One of the takes where I'm swimming with the kayak in the water, I had to do 6 times, and there's snow on the bank, and I was trying to show how one would be if you were not dressed properly. And so I was just in shorts and a t-shirt, and it was pretty brutal. I was truly hypothermic by the time I finished those takes. And that was all under very controlled settings with a lot of backup safety and so on. It's driven home to me time and time again is how important it is to practice just on a, every year, every couple weeks sort of basis. You gotta get out the rope, practice some throws, get a little refamiliarity with how all your systems work, and make sure that you're ready to deal with something in that worst case that you're going to have to deal with.
Great.
Well, probably the primary thing someone should know if they're getting into the river rescue world is that the things that are most dangerous about whitewater are not evident immediately. It really takes a little bit of experience, and that means that you need to have a really keen eye to make sure that you don't get in over your head. That means you need to be able to evaluate the situations and get a really clear idea of what your abilities are vis-a-vis the river and the hazards. The big, huge, hardest stuff is not necessarily what causes accidents. It's quite often a little notch easier and well within what people believe is possible in whitewater sport these days. And just developing that eye for what the potential hazards are is a really important thing. That said, once you develop the eye for what the hazards are in whitewater, it can be a very safe sport. There are a few things: strainers, cold water, flooded rivers, that are the big problem areas time and time again. Once you learn to identify those and keep those off the list, you can really have a quite fun and safe playground. I think it's most important to just have a keen eye for what things could go wrong and really making sure you avoid those. One of the classics is having your group somehow disintegrate. A couple people go one direction, a couple people go a different direction. You get split up, and then you don't have a whole team there to deal with something if it goes wrong. So, on the big rivers, that's a huge issue. Trying to keep your group in the right sort of confines so you can all be in one rapid at a time and there to back each other up.